Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Cloud with Ravi. In last session, we have seen introduction to cloud and why cloud computing is required. In today's session, we'll be seeing the physical architecture as well as Azure architecture. Let's start. If we want to install any application, where do we deploy? We'll get the installation file and install it on any hardware, like for example, in our laptop. In the same way, if we want to deploy application on cloud, we log into any of the server and we'll install them on the server. So what exactly happening is that particular virtual server is present on one of the physical server, which is located in the data center. So any application which is going to be deployed from any part of the world is deployed on some physical server in some data center. So let's see the physical architecture of a data center. If you see the screen, we have data center architecture. Data center is nothing but a very big building provided with many facilities like the cooling facility with lot of air coolers and which has electric supply for 24 by 7, which has high speed internet connections and security. And all the physical servers are interconnected with the LAN cables and many other things. In data center, we have many racks. In each rack, we'll have many physical servers, and each physical server, we can deploy many virtual machines using virtualization. On these virtual machines, we are going to deploy applications. We can check the data center architecture or the real data centers in Google. Let me pull some. Let me do the Google search. Let me start sharing the screen. Okay, you can see it here. So this is how data center looks like. Okay, let me open one here. Okay, you can see here, this is one rack, and you can see these are the physical servers. So in rack, we have many physical servers, and each physical server is interconnected. And these all racks have internet connections and they are interconnected. And for this building, we should have electric power supply for cooling and for other uses. So we have seen how data center or how the racks and how physical servers look like. So when you deploy any machine, this comes, that machine is getting deployed on this one of the physical servers. And let's see. You can see here, this is how a data center looks like. You can see here. You can see this is the data center of Facebook. in Utah. Okay, so we have seen physical architecture of a data center. And now let's switch it to Azure architecture now. Let's share my screen. Okay. Okay. When any company starts working with Microsoft or gets partnered with Microsoft Azure, it provides them the tenant ID. It's just like an ID of a person, or when you join any company, they give you ID card, right? So it is the same kind. Like when any organization starts working or gets partnered with Microsoft, they give them the tenant ID. Under tenant ID, we have subscriptions. So we can create many subscriptions, multiple subscriptions under tenant ID. Any organization will have different environments like production or development team or testing team. So each environment has each subscription. So usually organizations do like that. Like for each subscription, they will have different environments. Under each subscription, we have different resource groups. Resource group is nothing but by the name itself, we can understand it is a group of resources. For example, as we discussed earlier, we have different environments like production, test, and development. Each environment will be having a different application teams working together. It's like it may be a .NET team or a Java team or any other application team, which uses different types of resources. So all the team doesn't use the exact same type of resources. Like each team has to work on different things. So it uses different types of resources. So by using these resource groups, we can isolate teams. Not only that, even we can provide access to the teams based on resource group so that team will have access to the resources they should work, but not all other resources. And at last, we have resources. Resources are like it may be a virtual machine or a SQL database or app service or a disk or a storage account, what on anything which we are creating in Azure, they are resources. So we have seen Azure architecture as well. So which is nothing but at the higher level, it has tenant ID. Under tenant ID, it has subscriptions, which has each environment like production development or application testing. Each environment has a different subscriptions, and under each subscription, we have a resource groups. Like we can assign resource group to a different teams, app teams, application teams, which are working like Java or some other applications. And under resource groups, we have resources which we work on. So this is the Azure architecture. In this video, we have seen physical architecture and Azure architecture. If you have any queries, feel free to post them in comment section so that I can reply them. Thanks for watching my video.